Okay, this video subject is alloimmunization, okay, or isoimmunization. And what is isoimmunization is that pregnant woman has developed antibodies to foreign RBCs, okay. It is an antibodies to foreign RBCs. So how will these happen, okay? What happens? First of all, we have maternal O- bloody group, okay? We have a mother with O- bloody group and fetus with positive bloody group, okay? Maternal negative bloody group and fetus positive bloody group. And in many ways, fetal blood is transfused to maternal blood, okay? And how can this happen? This may be due to delivery, okay? Delivery or amniocentesis, ectopic pregnancy, DNC, abruptio placenta, and placenta previa, okay? All these can transfuse the blood of the baby or the fetus to the mother blood, okay? Delivery, amniocentesis, ectopic pregnancy, DNC, abruptio placenta, placenta previa, or any blood transfusion mismatch, okay? So the mother has O- bloody group. If we transfuse any positive blood units to her, so we transfuse some positive thing to negative thing. So okay, it is fetal blood transfused to maternal blood. What happens when we transfuse positive blood of the fetus to negative O- of the mother? Antibodies, IgG, to fetal blood are made in mother blood, okay? So the mother blood just form IgG antibodies that to attack the positive blood group of the fetus, okay? So the important thing here that the IgG cross placenta, okay, and attacks fetus blood, and that will cause hemolytic disease of a newborn. And here all the story happened, okay? So hemolytic disease of the newborn or the fetus range is a continuum that range from hyperbilirubinemia to erythroplastosis fetalis, anemia, and fetal hydrops, fetal hydrops, which is pericardial effusion, ascites, and other fluid collections in third spaces of the body, okay? So this is how all things happen, okay? So it starts with fetus positive blood group and maternal negative blood group. In some way, the fetus positive blood group transfused to the maternal negative blood group, and the maternal blood group to defense just form IgG antibodies against the fetus positive blood group, and these IgG antibodies cross the placenta and attacks the fetus blood, causes hemolytic diseases of the fetus that ranges from hyperbilirubinemia to anemia and fetal hydrops and erythroplastosis fetalis, and so on and so forth, okay? So this is a story. I want just to tell you that sometimes we have protective factors from this isoimmunization, like ABO incompatibility, okay? Because the naturally occurring anti-A and anti-B antibodies will rapidly lyse fetal RBCs, okay? So when fetal RBCs move to the maternal blood, these anti-A and anti-B will rapidly lyse it, okay? Before the maternal blood lymphocytes produce the antibodies, okay? So it will proceed the action of maternal lymphocytes of attacking the fetus blood by lysing the fetal positive blood group, okay, with anti-A and anti-B, and by this it will protect of the formation of the IgG antibodies. Now let's move to how to deal with these cases. Okay, how to deal with a case of isoimmunization. Okay, let's assume that we have O negative maternal blood group. Okay, regardless of course of paternal blood group, because even if we have an O negative paternal blood group, we can't make sure that it is O negative, and we can't make sure in some places on the world that he is the real father, okay, of this baby. So we don't depend on paternal blood group. We just look at the maternal blood group. When it is O minus, then we have to do what we call indirect Coombs test. Okay, indirect Coombs test, or it is known as indirect antiglobulin test. Indirect antiglobulin test. And the aim behind indirect Coombs test is to detect the presence of antibodies. Does the mother has antibodies against the fetal blood or no? If the answer was no, she doesn't have antibodies, she is not sensitized to the fetus blood, then nothing to do. Okay, we have to do nothing except of routine anti-D administration at weeks 28 to 34. Okay, so just routine anti-D administration between the weeks 28 34. Okay, if the mother has no antibodies against the fetus blood. Okay, and also we have to administer anti-D in the cases of CVS, okay, amniocentesis, DNC, and so on and so forth. Okay, in these cases we have to administer anti-D within 72 hours. Okay, so what anti-D method of working? How does it work? It works by lysing the fetal blood that transfused to mother before even maternal lymphocytes IgG working. Okay, so just like the mechanism of protection of anti-A and anti-B, okay, that we talked about. This is if we have negative antibodies, no antibodies by indirect Coombs test. What if we have positive or sensitized indirect Coombs test? So we have antibodies against fetal blood. What we have to do? We have to do titer, okay, to know the concentration of antibodies. Is it low? Is it high? Is it critical? Okay, so if we by doing the titer we find out that we have low antibodies, then the thing to do is to repeat the titer every 2 weeks to make sure that the antibodies are still low. But if we have 1 to 16 antibodies, critical antibodies 1 to 16, then we have to do middle cerebral artery Doppler, and the aim behind doing middle cerebral artery Doppler is to detect the velocity of blood flow to the middle cerebral artery. Okay, because the velocity and the flow increases in middle cerebral artery in the cases of anemia. Okay, so what we want to do is to evaluate that anemia. Is it severe or no? Okay, so we do middle cerebral artery Doppler. Okay, so if the age of the fetus was above 34, the management is to deliver that baby. Okay, to deliver that baby. But if it is below 34 weeks, what we do is a blood transfusion, and waiting for the 34 weeks, and then we deliver the baby. that's how we deal with isoimmunization. Okay, so we have maternal with O negative blood. We do first of all indirect comp test to detect the presence or no of antibodies. If we don't have antibodies, we do nothing except of routine anti-D at 28 to 34 weeks, okay, and or within 72 hours of CVS, amniocentesis, DNC, or any maneuvers that may transfuse the fetus to maternal blood. Okay, if we have positive indirect comp tests or sensitized maternal blood, then we have to do titer. This is the second step to make sure that we have low or high titer. If we have low, then we have to repeat it every 2 weeks. If it is high or critical above 1 to 16, then we have to do middle cerebral artery Doppler to detect the velocity. And then if the baby was above 34 weeks, we have to deliver. If it is below 34 weeks, then we do blood transfusion. This is all about isoimmunization. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.